We celebrate the Caucus Party not just because of its history in making good government in the village of Skokie, but because it has as its mission the empowerment and the engagement of people in the community.
Government has a role in people's lives. We provide the most basic elemental services.
When I first came to the Caucus Party, seeing the diverse leadership, not just of Asian Americans, but across communities, across generations, across different lifestyles and professions, and the Skokie Caucus Party is, to me, just incredibly forward-looking, incredibly inclusive. It's a fun place.
People need local government. They can go and talk to real people about their issues and problems.
The Skokie Caucus Party does a lot of community service. We have done things like the toy drive or the food pantry.
As a citizen, I want to be involved. I want to know what's going on and like that. So the way to do that is to volunteer, and which I did. And through this volunteering, I was then put on the Human Relations Commission.
What excites me is the opportunity to do something for my fellow residents.
I'm so proud of what your caucus administration has done these past 3 years.
We've kept every promise we made in that last election. We took the village through the greatest economic crisis since the Great Depression. Without increasing taxes, we increased service, and we involved the entire village in the process. We enhanced public safety during that period, and yet we did it with a balanced budget.
The Board of Trustees in the last 3 years has accomplished tremendous economic development. We have had local, national, and even international companies want to set up shop here.
Just last Saturday night, I walked through Old Orchard, and I thought it was the middle of the day. It was hustle and bustle, and people were shopping, and people were waiting in line to go into restaurants.
The train, now that we have got the train stopping there as well, it's increased pedestrian traffic, and we have the little restaurants around there where people could just walk there, and if we had other places, more stores and more amenities for them to go to.
One of the things I'm really proud of, last week I was meeting someone for lunch in downtown Skokie, and he asked me where we should meet, and I started rattling off all these wonderful different restaurants we could meet at, any ethnicity he wanted. He was floored. He had gone to Oakton Community College a decade ago, and he said there was nowhere to eat when we wanted to go out for lunch.
I'm very proud of our neighborhood integrity ordinance that we developed. That wasn't easy to do, but it's turned out to be, in hindsight, a really good thing. And we've trained over 363 landlords in how to be a landlord and what the local laws are. And I think it's done to increase the quality of life in those neighborhoods.
I'm really proud of the Public Safety Commission's campaign that they did this year. It was called Many Cultures, One Community, Keeping Skokie Safe. I thought it was just really important for the police officers, the community, and a board member to be present in the community and to talk to people about what was going on and their concerns. And
the village board has been very supportive of providing the police department and the fire department with personnel.
All of us are confident that with the leadership of the mayor and the trustees and the clerk, that they can take us to the next level in the village as it goes forward.
We're a party of ideas and ideals, and our ideas are beginning to now take full bloom. And over the next 3 years, I think people will begin to see more street resurfacing done. They'll see more shops opening. On Dempster Street, we'll have O'Reilly's coming in, and on the south side of the street, we're going to have a major retailer coming in, probably somewhere around 30,000 square feet of retail.
I want to use this text-to-tip. I want to start educating people on how they can text a tip and tell us what's going on in the community anonymously. I want to to continue the neighborhood watch programs and the business watch programs. I think all of those are really important for public safety, and I think we have to stay on it.
I'm also ecstatic about the bike lanes that are going in Skokie. I just had the privilege of being on the steering committee of Complete Streets, and that's looking at making everything that we do going forward safe for pedestrians, bicyclists, autos, buses, trains. It's just another way to look at the community.
Also, something that many residents talk to me about is our services that we have. Just continue with our top-notch services, garbage collection twice a week, recycling.
Often we think of diversity as a new idea, but one of the fascinating parts of the Caucus Party is that it was always about people in the community of all different walks of life and all different ethnicities, religions, race, coming together because we cared about our community. We know that the faces and complexities of our community may change, but the idea of engagement remains.
Working with all the different racial and ethnic groups here in Skokie, there's many people that come here that really want to just have a good life and they want to establish themselves, and you see how they want to get involved, and sometimes they don't know how, but to help educate them and teach them about government and politics, that's very rewarding to me.
I raised my children here, and what a fine community, because they've developed to be great adults.
So when they say a one-party system doesn't work, if the one party is all-inclusive, as the Skokie Caucus Party is, it proves that it does work.
We know that the Caucus Party has a long history that we celebrate in terms of community engagement, involvement, and empowerment of good citizen government.
It's important to get involved in board and commissions. That's how you find out how different commissions are working, how government is working, and improve your knowledge about how local government works.
For me, Skokie Caucus Party, being involved in the process, whether it be the Plan Commission, whether it be volunteering at events, whether it be working the polling places, it's about being at the table. It's about being part of the process and being part of making the community what we think it should be.
And I think the Caucus Party has been doing a really good job of reaching out to everyone in the community now. We've been doing more mailings, we've been having forums, we've had places where members of the Board of Trustees and the mayor are available for people to just come talk to.
A Board of Trustees that wants to work and bring a better community forward. It comes up with a great product, and the source of all of that is the Skokie Caucus Party.
So when we hear the voices of our elected officials, the mayor, the clerk, and all the trustees, when we get a sense of who they are as individuals and how they care about the fabric of our community the same way we do, we know this is the team that we want to be engaged with and supporting today and into the future.